Alright guys, mystery boxes. That's the title of this video, and we've got one of them. We've got more of a mystery package, to be honest with you. So for those of you that aren't familiar with it, I know we all haven't seen it. It's quite of a recent phenomenon, so to speak. It is where people buy a box of whatever category. It could be vintage clothes, it can be resale clothes, supreme hype brands. You can have a bunch of mystery box trainers. You can have all mystery boxes for a great various things, and you can search them up online and whatnot. And they're some are won through raffles, some are won through straight purchases on a website, others are won through people that operate on Instagram for whatever category you're looking for. And I myself, during this lockdown, given the charity shops are shut down, given the car boot sales obviously aren't operating, and even now that lockdown is eased, the stuff is still slowly coming back. I thought long and I did my research on who I should get a potential mystery box from, and my research led me to this one page. I'll show you the page and its content, which sells mainly Marvel t-shirts, DC t-shirts, and characters, or comic book characters mainly. And I asked them if they do mystery boxes. It was a simple exchange in us, and they said yeah, they were starting to, and we just struck up a deal. And the deal was 7 t-shirts for, I think it was $650 US, which would have been 400 Great British, or something like that, either 650 or 600 US. And yeah, and that was the deal. We struck it up. It was a mystery box. I'd had no idea what was going to be in the box. It was for them, and the ethos for them was like, if I ordered, for example, more pieces, let's say 20 pieces at that same price, the quality of the pieces would go down, because they have to essentially fill the box with more pieces. So they don't really want to fill it up to make it worthwhile for them and for me. They just have to fill out the box. But he said, especially as I'm ordering from the UK, this seller was in the US. He said it was better for me to advise that it was better for me to go no less than 400 to grab a mystery box. So that would essentially put me at enough profit and put me at enough stock for maybe some restocks, and it was a good test of size. So that's exactly what I went and did. I got 7 t-shirts in this package. Not necessarily mystery box, it's the mystery package. Again, it came from the US. It took about 7-8 days or so, maybe like that. And again, it's packaged 7 t-shirts, and yeah, that's what the video is going to be. So let's get opening this box. Again, this wasn't me, this was just through delivery. Again, it's coming from the US, so it's gonna go through some bumps and bruises, but yeah, that's what this video is going to be like. Let's see what they have in store for us. Alright, so as you can see in there, we've got a bunch of pieces. I'm going to take them straight out. I'm just going to lay them and then just pick them up one by one. Now, again guys, I haven't seen these pieces. I didn't get shown example photos of what I might receive when you order like your wholesale boxes or whatnot. I only had reference through what he put on his page, or he put on his Instagram stories, and again just through just my general research. There were other sellers that I didn't particularly have faith. Their products that they listed on their page didn't look worth the squeeze, worth the buy in that sense, worth the pulling of the trigger to spend a decent amount with them, because it didn't look like their quality stuff. This seller, I just came to that decision and I just jumped with this individual, obviously with the best hopes intention. And so yeah, this can go 2 ways. Again, I can only see the first t-shirt on top of here. That's the one I'm going to show you. So we're going to get into t-shirt number 1 of 7. Now this t-shirt is a Fruit of the Loom tag. I believe that's a 90s tag, 95 around there, something like that. It's a mid to late 90s Fruit of the Loom tags, heavy cotton, size large. Again, you can see that graphic. And I'm going to pull it out. And yeah, that's a clean piece. Wow. Now look, you can see the print is quality. I'm going to put that in a bit close to the camera. And yeah, that's Aphrodite. I don't forget what Roman numeral that is, but that's Aphrodite. And you can see it's got full graphic in the middle, of this sweet looking comic individual. Again, text on the bottom, text along the side, title, and again that age is 2001. So I was just off with the late Fruit of the Loom tags. So 2001 vintage comic piece. Let's see what that reads on the side. Motor City Comic Con, that's where it came from. Pop culture for the millennium, apparently. So yeah, May the 18th, 19th, or 20th, 2001. And again, this is 1 of 7. So if you divide that up, that would give us a cost of roughly each, if that's that, if my maths is done right, roughly, or 50 something. So yeah, size large, that's the top piece. Again, it's a plain back, and it's a bit of a kind of like a grey, two-tone grey main. T-shirt number 1, and I think that's a solid pull. T-shirt number 2, again with the Fruit of the Loom tags. I believe these tags were from 1992 because I think it's either my Marilyn Monroe or my Marlboro T-shirt are from the same tag. And I think it's 1992 with these Fruit of the Loom tags. Get some dust off the packaging. And that's the graphic. Love Never Dies. Again from 1994. That's a quality T-shirt. No fading whatsoever on the piece. It's still fully black. The print is fully intact. There's no chipping. There's none of it falling off. And you can see that the Love Never Dies graphic. I'm not going to describe what's going on here, but you guys can see it for yourself. That's T-shirt number 2 of 7. And this is T-shirt number 3. This is on a Six Flags tag, size large. And again, underneath the tag, this says 1995 DC Comics. And that's a vintage Batman piece. That's really cool. Again, this dust is just from the packaging that it came in. I know fear when I see it. Batman, Six Flags Batman, The Ride. Just a minor discoloration on the black to a light grey, which adds to the age. And again, no back print, but still a quality piece. And that's what we like to see, vintage Batman. And again, that would have cost us maybe 50 to 60 pounds, as I said, given just my off-head calculation. And onto the 4th T-shirt. This one is on an Anvil tag, size XL. Now this is almost like a Superman emblem, but it's got a P instead of the S, as you can see. Again, same type design, but just big front print. No breaking, no cracking, on the piece. The print feels fairly fresh, to be honest with you. And there we go. Prime Ultraverse. Again, it doesn't have any dates in this. I'll have to research the age on the tags on this one to come up with an accurate estimated date. Super cool vintage piece. Excellent sizing. And that's what we like to see. That would be T-shirt 4 of 7. On to the 5th, number 5. This one's on the Onita tag. Size large. Again, doesn't give us any dating, but we can see that. I'm going to drop it out. And look at that. That's almost like a Batman piece, but it isn't. But it's definitely a vintage comic piece, that's for sure. Spring Hill Jack. That might be someone coming from what housing group, Marvel, DC, or whatever etc. comic piece there may be. I don't know. But again, it's a super cool graphic on the middle. Black and white silhouette piece. Again, big spell out in a nice kind of very 90s kind of spooky cartoon kind of font. And again, plain back, size large on the tags, fits true to size, but that is not bad at all. That's definitely a solid sell and a solid pickup. Now this next piece, I just opened it by accident. This next piece is on a Fruit of the Loom tag, on their Best line tag, which I believe is mid to early 90s off the top of my head. Mid to late 90s maybe. It's a 90s piece most definitely. And then we can see that front graphic. Amazing condition, no holes, very few minor marks. Again, this adds to the aging, but it's a brilliant front graphic on there. All this, I'm assuming it's a female Dracula. And again, the graphic, minor cracking on the printing, full graphic, no pieces missing. Size large, as I said. Yep, 1995. That's the date of that piece. That's a sweet piece. And this is our last piece of the day. There's no tags on this piece, but we can see Bruce Lee, serial killer. This is most definitely a personal, if I want it to be. And it's almost like a Supreme Box logo type graphic. Simple central graphic. Most definitely a 90s piece. It's got a hefty feel to the t-shirt fabric. That's how you can tell its age. It's nice and quality piece. It's double stitch. So it's single stitch, obviously, ideally with the 90s pieces, just makes it a little bit better. But it's obviously a quality piece. Navy blue. Just needs a little iron and a dust up, as I said, from the dusting packaging. Plain back. And just a nice quality central graphic. And yeah, just to run through those. So the Bruce Lee double stitch, the female Dracula 95 piece, single stitch, the Spring Heel Jack, that sounds like a book, sorry. That's a single stitch piece. So these are all quality pieces. A single stitch piece on the Universe one, Prime Ultraverse. The Batman piece, double stitch on that one. The Love Never Dies piece, which probably is my favorite, single. And the First Comet piece, which is again really good, that's a double stitch piece. So that's it, 7 t-shirts, cost me about £400 British. And my final thoughts on that, I would say I'm happy with that. I would say I'm okay with that. I would have to see how they move on the market, how they sell. I'd have to see, obviously, if they do get snapped up super quickly, then that's absolutely incentive to go back and get some more, because I might just be just a bit crude maybe with my judgment. But I think those are definitely some clean pieces. There's some definitely absolute 90s pieces, just as advertised. Much love, guys. Thank you very much. Check us out. Sergeant Vintage, and I'm out.